Wanna test my love for you. Don't know how to express my love. That's why American Express my love for you. I need you, yeah, I really do. Tell me what to do. Tell me what to do. Tell me what to do. All I know is hit the mall and see what damage I could do. I give you the world, but there's other planets too where I need someone to be.
Here we go.
From Chicago.
Oh, that best face of my dog, right? Just using next to baby. That's part of it.
Alright guys, we are in Las Vegas, Nevada. We are actually not here for a meet. This is our layover as we are on our way to Los Angeles getting ready for the Franson Last Chance meet hosted by Azusa Pacific University. Now you guys might be like, Azusa Pacific, I have heard that before. That is because this is the school that hosts the Brian Clay Invitational, the meet that we went to just a couple weeks ago, ran 148, ran a lifetime best there, and we are heading back there. I originally had Arkansas as the meet that I was going to for my last race, but when I was at Brian Clay, they had the wave lights. It was really fast, a great track, run really well, and when I saw that they were hosting another meet with all the same things as Brian Clay, it was really hard to turn that down. So I said, you know what, we're going back here for the last 800, one last chance to run 147, and that's what we're going to try to do tomorrow. I'm going to break down a little bit of what my preview is for this race tomorrow because we are getting to Los Angeles a little bit late, and I don't want to get to our hotel late at night and have to have this on my mind that I got to record something. So we're just going to knock it out now here in Las Vegas. So for this race tomorrow, we are just running the 800. We race around 7 o'clock. It is going to be an absolutely blazing heat. It is going, we found our way into the fastest heat, really fast world-class runners that we're going to get to run with and hopefully have people around us to pace us to this 147 that we're looking for. We've been shooting for that 147 the last couple meets. Brian Clay was, you know, getting past that hurdle of, okay, I can still do this lifetime best after college. And then at Arizona, running at the Desert Heat Classic, that was the easiest 148 of my life. I crossed that finish line and wasn't even that tired. And I think that was the final piece that I needed to feel fully confident that I can go out here at Azusa Pacific and run a 147. So that is the goal. It's 147. There's going to be a ton of people there. It's a really popular meet. It just gets bigger and bigger every year, faster and faster every year. 2 people last year ran 147, and I think that I can be right there. It's supposed to be faster this year, and 147 is definitely the goal. So that's what we're going for. Our last 800 meters ever. It's kind of surreal. It's kind of sad. It's kind of emotional. It's been a really long ride, and I'll probably talk a little bit more about that later. But I want to end this whole 800 thing really well, and that's what we're going to try to do tomorrow at the Franson Last Chance Invitational. So as far as how I want to pace this 800, I want the first lap to be basically exactly what I did at the Stanford Invitational. going through 52. I know that if I'm in the 52s and I see it on the clock as I go through the 400, I'm going to be really confident that on that last lap, I can run a 55 or even below 55. Basically the second lap that we had at the Desert Heat Classic. If we can put the first lap of Stanford and the second lap of Desert Heat together, that's a recipe for a 147. So that's kind of my game plan. Again, we're focusing on the 300, 200, 300 breakdown of everything and making sure that we're not getting too boxed in or getting stuck behind anyone, so that basically what we want to do is we always want to be in contact with the leader, whoever's leading the race, whether that's a pacer, whether that's one of the other runners. We always want to be in contact with first place. So that's my strategy. Don't lose first place, don't lose contact. And if we just do that with 100 to go, I think that anything can happen. So we're gonna hop on a plane in about an hour, go from here in Vegas to Los Angeles, flying into LAX, and then we are going to get an Uber, maybe try to get some Italian food for dinner tonight, and then get to the hotel and get to bed. And since we don't race so late tomorrow, we can sleep in a little bit, and that's absolutely what we're gonna do. Prioritize sleep. So, and we will see you guys in Los Angeles, California, getting ready for this last 800 meter ever. It's surreal, it's emotional, but it's gonna be a really fun time. So we'll see you guys in LA. Here we go. Woo! Ooh. We cleaned that up. Yeah. Alright guys, we made it to Azusa, California. We made it to the hotel. We are just down the track from Azusa Pacific University. It's very nice being at a hotel that is right next to the track. That means that tomorrow we can basically just roll out of bed, go over to the track, not have to worry about an Uber or anything like that. So that's definitely a plus. It's been kind of a long travel day. Usually don't have these connecting flights, so it is time to go to bed. We are going to sleep in as much as possible, maybe even try to take a nap tomorrow. It's basically the same thing as Desert Heat. We're just trying to get as much sleep, as much rest as possible, so that we have plenty of energy by the time that 7 o'clock p.m. tomorrow rolls around, getting ready for this 800 meter here at Azusa Pacific University. So we're heading to bed. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the Franson last chance meet. I'm excited. Last 800 meter ever. Lots of nerves, lots of excitement, but we will see you guys then. Time for some rest. Good night. All right, everybody, it is race day. We are here in Azusa, California. Walking over to Subway, we're gonna have an early kind of between lunch and dinner meal. And then we are going to have our last meal for dinner at Panera in about 3 hours. So we're just fueling up, getting a little bit of food before then at Subway. And then we're just gonna stay off of our feet, relax, and that will be that. Here we go. Guys, we just had our Panera, about to head to the track. We raced in about 3 hours. It's about 4 o'clock right now. We raced around 7 o'clock. Probably not going to say a ton before this race. Pretty nervous, very excited, sort of trying not to be emotional. We talked with the boys a lot the last 5 years at UNC about being even-keeled and not running with your emotions. So that's kind of what I'm trying to focus on right now. So excited, I got this. Not going to talk a ton before this race, but it is time for the final 800 of my career. The Franson last chance meet here in Azusa Pacific University. Let's do this, baby. We got this. Well, it's actually an old headband, but I was like, you know, when record this. You know, like when the character in the movie, like Gandalf the Grey, you know, he goes through a lot of stuff. He has some character development, but you know how he shows up in that last movie, The Return of the King? Mm-hmm. Shows up once. Okay, let me fix my hair. I feel really good. Probably the best my body has felt for any outdoor meet so far, so that's good.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's been really fun watching you race.
Absolutely.
Was my mom's biochem class easy?
Yeah, if you go and see her.
How are you feeling?
Yeah.
Seabass is here.
Where?
He's right over there. He has a hat on right now. Alright, the vibes are a 10 now because
Yeah, they
Jesse
are
saw
a 10.
Seabass.
Yeah. Last chance, 800 effort. Let's do this. I'm excited. See you guys out there.
Only see what we want to now. I long that it could last. I've seen the wasteland of these empty words. This life is a battle, but not a curse.
Just number 14. This is our fast section with the wave lights scheduled to go at 1:44.5. Aiden McCarthy, third at the NCAA Indoors, ran 1:45.19. One of the preeminent distance runners, I think, may have some of the best potential in the country, and that's no secret. McCarthy running in lane 4. Drop pick in 5 goes to the front, and you see McCarthy there into position. Rivera, formerly of Old Miss, now with Brooks Beast in this field. Blair of Angelo State, Parker Raymond of UCLA. That appears to be Rivera behind drop pick. And Rivera running in second. McCarthy tucked in there on the inside with Jesse Hayward on the outside. We are moving here, ladies and gentlemen. This is a quick pace set up beautifully for McCarthy, but make no mistake, he has company here.
Come on, Jesse! Let's go! That's good positioning! Come on, Jesse! Let's go! Come on, Jesse!
So the Division I national lead is 1:45.04. Surely a time that McCarthy would like. He inches his way into second. This is Aiden McCarthy handing off at 1:18. It's Aiden McCarthy on the lead. And he's got Rivera right there, but this is all Aiden McCarthy. We're at 1:33 right now. What is McCarthy gonna throw down here?
Come on, Jesse! Come on, Jesse!
Are we looking at a new Division I national leader? It's Aiden McCarthy, 1:45 indoors. And Aiden McCarthy with a fine run after he goes 1:45.53. Impressive running for Aiden McCarthy. Rivera in 1:47 flat. Hayward in 1:47.46. Parker Raymond in 1:47.60.
Dude, I wanted to go to your guys' like home meets or something like
Going into the 6, I was like,
Can I? I'm still like, my head is like pounding and stuff. Can I call you again like later tonight once I kind of get stuff figured out? Thanks, Nate. I'll talk. I absolutely do. All glory to God, man. I'll call you back later, dude. Okay? Will do. See you, Nate. Bro, bye. Could not have done that without Nate, bro. Thank you, Nate. Nathan Plant. That plant-based training, baby. Hey. I know. Yeah. I know. Oh, thank you, Mom. Beautiful sunset. My guy Emilio here running the 10K.
Watch it come out there.
Always cool running into people that watch the vlogs and watch the videos. Go Summer! All right, here goes Summer. Let's go Summer! Good job, Summer! Anya, how did your 800 go today?
It went very well.
Let's go, PRs, baby. How much did you PR by?
3 seconds.
That's insane. Good job, Summer. Stay with those lights. You're doing great, Summer.
hey, I watched the vlog.
Oh, yeah, you'll get some redemption. Yeah.
Fun fact, in high school one time after Stanford cross country race we came here, and Jesse was like throwing up.
Hey, yeah. This is bougie. Oh, we made it. We're exhausted. Tired. I can't even count the number of hours that I've watched Triple D at meets. It's got to be in the hundreds, probably. Yeah. All right, guys, we made it to the hotel at LAX. It was shockingly a way nicer hotel than we thought that it was going to be, but we're not complaining. We're not complaining. Usually I don't break down these really, really huge breakthrough races like I remember for my 148 from Florida last year. I sort of just said, I'm just happy with this race. I'm just going to live in it. And, but I feel like with as big of a breakthrough as this race was, running 147.46, I gotta talk about it. I would do myself a disservice not talking about what the heck happened at the track today. But yeah, there you guys have it. I ran a 147.46. My previous PR was a 148.79. We ran that about a month ago at this same track. Guys, Azusa Pacific's track, it is crazy fast. It is really fast. If you guys want to run fast, you got to find one of these meets here at APU. Yeah, more than a second PR, 147.46. My splits were 52.01 through the 400 and then 55.46 for the last 400. And more often than not, I don't look at the heat sheets going into a race. Basically because I don't want to psych myself out or anything like that, play mind games with myself. For this race, I ended up looking at the heat sheets because I knew that I had made it into the fast heat. And to see the names that were in my heat, like John Rivera, he runs for Brooks Beast, seeing Aiden McCarthy, who ran like an NCAA lead in the indoors this year, 145, is just crazy. He ended up running a 145 again in this race. That's like the #1 time in the West, almost an NCAA lead. So seeing the people that were in my heat, I was like, oh, this is the meet that I've been looking for. This is the race that I've been looking for a long time. I remember watching different races of professional races or USA trials or something. Like, if you just put me there, if you just put me in one of those races, I know for a fact that I can go out there and run a 147 or something like that. Not even that, like a 148 low. 147 would have been, you know, out of the ballpark. But anyways, knowing and seeing who was in my heat, I was like, this is my chance. This is the big break that I've been looking for. Finally racing against like world-class competition. I race world-class competition a lot, but this is like top of the top. Some of the best runners in the world in this heat with me, and I'm racing with them. And so I'm in lane 8 in this race, and normally people don't like to be in lane 1 or lane 8, but I kind of like being in lane 8. It just sort of shortens up that first 300, because I break the 800 into 300, 200, 300. It shortens that first segment a little bit, and it sort of helps mentally. So, but there is someone in my lane 8 with me, guy from Colorado School of Mines. His name was Tim. He was a really chill guy. I got to talk with him after the race, share some Colorado stuff with him. So, but it was kind of weird being in lane 8 with somebody else with me, but it didn't end up being a factor. I think I got out pretty well and actually helped out Tim a little bit in that first 100 meters, get a really good start. And so yeah, the race starts. The first 100 meters of the race was like, I didn't feel like I got out as fast as I actually did, but we came through 200 at a really fast time. In lane 8, you kind of don't know how fast you're going. You don't have anything to gauge it off of. So I just said, I'm just going to run as fast as I can, basically, get out really hard. And so we hit the break, and I am right next to the pacer and John Rivera, and I'm basically cutting in, trying not to get in their way. I actually end up kind of getting up on John Rivera's outside, and he kind of gives me a little bit of the elbow and says, no, I got this. I'm like, dude, you take it, bro. I am not wanting to lead another race like we did a desert heat or something. So I let him go. I'm running in the outside of lane 1. Aiden McCarthy's on my inside. And I knew at some point he was really going to start moving, start taking the lead. So I kind of let him, I'm like, hey, if you want to take the inside, I'm in the outside of lane 1. That's totally fine. And he does that here, 300 meters in. And so at this point, I'm thinking, okay, I'm past that first segment. We're going into this 200. I'm just going to relax and stick with these guys. That pacer really started moving once we hit the bell lap, and I was shocked. I looked in front of him. It's like sometimes at conference meets when I'm running against like Colin Solomon or Nico Young or some of these really, really good runners, or when I go to like these really big meets and I see the people that I'm racing with, it's like, it sort of brings something out different in you. And at this point in the race, 400 to go, I'm like, I'm right here with these guys, these world-class 800-meter runners, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really, really good. I know I can keep this pace going. Again, I was talking to Julia about it. The pace in this race was just so foreign and so different compared to so many other races that I've run. Most of the time in the first lap, I'm either boxed in or I'm not trying to take the lead, and I'm like, like, this pace is just slow. I know I can run faster than this. 53, 54, I know I can go through 400 faster than this and still close really well. This race was a whole different beast because I came through in 52.01. Pacer was probably like 50 point high or 51 low. The two guys in front of me, 51s. So it was fast. It was really fast, and I didn't feel spent because I let them do the work. I let the pacer do the work, and I just stuck with them. That's so different and so foreign compared to all of the other races that I've done, basically. And it does not slow down when you're racing these really, really good 800 meter runners, because 400 to go, and there were many instances where I wanted to die and I wanted to give up, and the one thing that kept me in it was, this is it, this is your last race, bro, no more 800s after this. And that was my engine, that was the driving force to be like, I'm not losing these guys no matter what. I don't care how fast they run this last lap, I'm not losing them no matter what. And so yeah, we get through that middle 200 that I break the race up into, and they start moving, and I just look up and I'm like, I'm literally neck and neck right now with John Rivera. Aiden McCarthy makes his move, and I kind of go with him, and I start to make some ground on Rivera here, and I'm kind of right behind him, and I'm going to the arms, I'm moving as fast as I can. I don't know what's going on behind me, but 200 to go, and I feel good. It's like this weird feeling of feeling great, like you're fast, and this is probably the bicarb, but also being like, I've got nothing, I'm dying right now. It's a really weird feeling. I've never felt that way in an 800 before. Such this weird combination of feeling at the top of my game, feeling like I'm peaking, and also just having to gut it out and really give literally everything that I had to run this time. And Rivera starts to get away from me a little bit with 150 to go. I still make a really good push, and at one point in 100 to go, I thought maybe I can catch him, but that was the driving force. I was like, I'm just gonna do my best to get up on him. Aiden McCarthy, kudos to that guy, ran like a 145 mid or something. He's the #1 time in the West right now for NCAA, probably one of the top times in the whole NCAA. And as you can see in this last stretch, I sort of slowed down a little bit, but guys, give me a break. I am exhausted. This is faster than I've ever run in the 800. So right there, 50 to go. There was a point in that last 100 meters where I saw the clock. I think it was 140 flat, and I thought to myself, oh dude, I don't know if I'm gonna do it, because you know, time moves differently in the 800. You don't know if you're gonna be able to get there in time. But I saw that, I sort of blacked out, and the next thing that I knew, I was crossing a line, and I knew I was under 148 immediately. I didn't know I had destroyed sub 148, but I knew that I had run under 148, and I just broke down. I just was so happy. I just fell to the ground and just felt the track and was like, this is it. This is the end, and I did it, and I can rest now. It's a goal that I have been working for so long. The last 2 years probably was the first time I thought, yeah, maybe not 147 the last 2 years. Probably the last year, I've been thinking, yeah, this is something that I can do. I know I can do this. I know I've got it in me. Before that, it was sub 150. Before that, it was a school record. Before that, it was getting the school record in high school. Before that, it was sub 2. And for this to be the climax of everything and the finale of everything, I literally couldn't have given anything more than I gave today on the track. I literally left it all out there. Last year at Arkansas, I had a pretty good race. It was regionals. I ran a 149 low. I didn't make it to the next round. It was awesome. My whole family was there. It really felt like a good conclusion, but I still was left wanting more. I was like, I know I can run faster than this. I know I can run faster than this. And so that's kind of a weird feeling to have, where you're like, I don't know what's next for me. I'm probably done. Maybe I'm not done. And there was a part of me that was like, I think you're done. I think of that regional race with your grandparents, your family. It's in Arkansas, fast track. You're racing like, dude, that heat was loaded. I don't know if you guys remember that. We had like Rivaldo, Marshall, Nico Schultz, Dayton Carlson, Ryan Berkmeyer, ton of really, really good runners. And so I remember thinking to myself, I think I'm done. I think I'm going to, hang up the spikes. I'm going to retire. I'm going to do marathons now, or whatever I want to do with my life in this year before I go to grad school. And I remember there was a night, I don't know if I've ever told this before, but there was a night where I had maybe signed up for marathons or something. I was like, is this really what I want to do? Is this even possible? Is this feasible? And I just called up Nate and was like, dude, what should I do? I know you want me to keep doing 800. Should I do it? And he was like, I'll make you your whole training. I'll help you find the meets that you need to go to. I'll write you a training plan. We'll have an Excel spreadsheet that you can edit, that you can see at any point that you want. I'll give you the encouragement. You can train with us at any time. Coach Angel too was like, you can train at our track at any time. And I remember being like, okay, I'm going to do this. And I had seen example after example of collegiate runners try to keep going, kind of mid. I'm a mid middle distance runner. I'm not that good. I'm not like an Olympian or anything, but I'm also good enough to where I was thinking, I feel like I can do more and I can do better. I just don't have the means to be able to do that. And I didn't, frankly. I've been working a job, I've been married, and I've been getting ready for school and moving around and stuff. It's a really busy time in my life, and maintaining YouTube on top of that takes up a lot. I knew it would be hard, and I told Nate, this is going to be hard, but I think that I'm going to do this because I want to, and I know that I can do more. And at that time, I was even thinking, can I even PR? Am I even still able to do this? Because I don't have the same resources that I have. But I decided to do it. I decided to go ahead and send it, basically, for this last year. And it started off rough running at Boston. I ran really well at Boston. I ran at 151, my fastest season opener ever, and got sick immediately and was just, I had like almost pneumonia for like probably like a month or something, maybe a couple weeks to a month. And I was like, this is bad. I think that am I about to have the worst last season that I could have expected? Because it happens a lot. People try to keep running and, you know, they simmer, they basically simmer out, and they don't, they end on a low note rather than a high note. And I knew I wanted to end on a high note. And I think I did at Arkansas, but I knew I could end higher. And I was like, I'm off to a bad start here if I'm getting sick like this. And man, there was that low point in Nebraska where I ran like 153. I forget exactly what time I ran, and was like, I think I'm washed, dude. And to come back at Washington, run a 149, get my confidence back up, and it was just rolling from there on into Stanford, into Brian Clay, into Desert Heat, consistently under 150. And now in this race to run that 147, that's the ending that I was looking for. And I couldn't have done any better today. I literally left everything on the track. And there was a part of me that knew I could do more last year, the year before, for a long time. And now I can just retire and not worry about, could I have done more? Could I have run faster? I think that's it. I've done it. I don't have anything more to prove. And that's a good feeling to have. It doesn't leave you wanting more. You can just breathe. You can just relax, and you can know that you did what you wanted to do, the thing that you've been set out for so long. So it's over now. 147, 46. Ironically, actually ran the U.S. minimum standard for the USA TF U.S. championships. I'll enter, but I probably won't get in. But that would be funny. You know, it's a sort of like a bucket list thing. You can say, hey, I hit the minimum standard for USA's, so I'll probably end up doing that. But that's probably it. That's all. That's all for the 800. So yeah, this has been fun. This is the best meet I ever ran at. This is the most fun I've ever had. I get to go out on top. I get to go out in my prime, peaking. That's gonna do it for the Franson last chance meet. We'll get some footage of us going home and everything. And thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye. Love the beach, right, Julia?
We do love the beach.
Don't let me go. I won't let you down. Not like before. Not this time around. Please kill my ego. Anything to leave my skin. When I see you, I'll say you never deserve this.
Your zest for life?
I am zesty, I guess.
fly.